Hey, you two.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you, Sam?
Good. I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Yeah. Big day. How are you, big
Big
man?
day.
I'm very good. Very good.
How are you, little mister?
I'm always good when I'm around you, Glenn.
It's been creepy.
That's my sexy voice.
It's Thursday night, and hello to everybody that's watching or stumbled across this video. We are doing Lucky Dip. We are from the Good Movie Monday podcast. My name's Glenn, Ben, Sam, and
Your name is Glenn Ben Sam. That's an amazing name.
Straight out of Big Trouble in Little China. Glenn Ben Sam.
You are like one of the four wins.
Yeah.
The fart. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Good night. It's not going to get any better than that from me tonight.
So this is our Lucky Dip video where we just pull some movie titles out of a bowl, and we don't really talk about them. We just talk around them. So I'm going to go first. Oh, no. Who put that in there? Can you read that?
Look who's talking now. So that's the second one?
That's the third one.
That's the
third one.
Yeah, you know, the film critic Roger Ebert took umbrage with this title, Look Who's Talking Now, because they're dogs. It should be Look What's Talking Now.
Yeah. Oh, God. Of course he would say that.
It's like when people wear those T-shirts that say, you know, dogs are my favourite humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Dogs are my favourite.
So who wants to talk about Look Who's Talking Now?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I dropped out. I think I made it halfway through Look Who's Talking 2.
With Roseanne.
And then that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't feel that.
Wow.
Thought the franchise ran out of steam.
Do you know, apparently John Travolta was offered two films, Look Who's Talking 4 and Pulp Fiction.
He chose Pulp Fiction?
He chose wisely.
Boy, did he. He's like, hang on a second. I get to sit on a toilet and read Modesty Blaze? Yeah, all right. I'll do it.
What an interesting decision, though, because he's got one film that's guaranteed some bucks for him, and then another film that could just do nothing.
Yeah. But I think by that stage, everyone knew that Tarantino was hot off Reservoir Dogs. Like, it was like...
Yeah,
maybe when the buzz would be there in the industry, but like...
Yeah.
By the time he would have got that offer, it probably hadn't made many waves around the world yet.
Yeah.
Because Pulp Fiction was 94, Reservoir Dogs 92.
Well, that's it. I'm from memory though. I think I heard Danny Devito. Like
DeVito was in Look Who's Talking 3.
He was, but he was in the. He visited Tarantino in the editing room of Reservoir Dogs because they'd heard.
And he produced Pulp.
And because of that, he was like, "Well, it's too late for this one, but whatever your next one is, I'd like to be involved." So the buzz was there.
And that's probably how John Travolta got involved.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also, it's like, it's very different. It's a very different role. Like, maybe John Travolta wanted to be, like, taken more seriously, maybe.
Well, it was a return to what he'd been doing in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, but
not
how's
comedy.
that? Like,
Chains of Gold.
His pet dog got him the role in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito played the pet dog in Look Who's Talking Now.
Thank you for explaining that, joke, Glenn.
It
was
says
just pretending like I knew what you were talking about.
It says here Danny DeVito and Diane
Keaton.
Keaton, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Were the voices of the
because
dogs.
Look Who's Talking 1 and 2, it's the babies that talk, and in number 3, it's the pets.
Yeah. Everyone got paid except for the studio.
Ba-dum-bum.
Sam, off you go.
Oh, okay.
You just don't add to that, do you?
Now you're just tipping it out because there's only one left in there.
I have heaps. Okay. Oh. Lake Mungo.
That's been a part of conversation recently a few times.
Everyone talks about it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's good. I've only seen it once, and I've got it on DVD, but the DVD doesn't play in any of my players.
It's a special.
I've got a multi-region player and a regular player. It doesn't play in either. But I have seen it. I have seen it.
Yeah.
It's a great film. It's a gut-wrenching film.
Have you tried it on your computer?
The new Macs don't have bloody.
Actually, if you want one, I ordered on eBay. I ordered a
Disc drive.
a 3.5 inch, like an old school disc drive, and they made a mistake and they sent me a external DVD drive instead.
Oh, maybe I do have one around here somewhere.
And I'm like, what am I? I'm not returning this. Like, you guys screwed up. But what do I do with it? I have no use for an external DVD drive.
Come on over. We'll watch Lake Mungo.
Yeah. I'll finally get to see it.
Do you like
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
What's it about?
Well, it's like a
She's gonna say those
documentary.
words, found footage.
Yeah,
It's a found footage.
Yeah,
Kinda,
it's
kinda.
kind of found footage, but I always thought of it more as like a documentary.
Yeah.
But it's about a girl that goes missing,
webcam?
basically.
Oh, okay.
It's Australian.
Yeah.
It's Australian. No,
Oh,
it was
it's an Aussie
before.
one.
It was 2008. So it wasn't like it was kind of. When was the? I mean, there's always been found footage stuff, but 2008 wasn't that long after, like, the hype of Blair Witch of '99.
Ooh,
I
it's a good
guess you
10
could
years
say.
after.
Blair Witch, I
That's
think
11.
Yeah, but
Paranormal
how
Activity,
long-
maybe.
Hype goes on. No, paranormal. Maybe that was 2007.
But I get what
No.
you're putting out. Like, it's there was a wave
tunnel.
of the tunnel was a good comparison.
Yeah, although that was 2011.
But it's a good one to compare it with, though.
Mm.
You know, I
What
was
was
telling
the one
Ben
that you just-
You'll have to come to Monster Fest, Sam, and watch the Found Footage Phenomenon, which is a doco on found footage films, and the
yeah.
Tunnel and the making of the Tunnel documentary.
Yeah,
Ah.
if you haven't seen the tunnel, yeah, you should come along to that. It's fantastic. I was telling Ben last week that when I interviewed Max Landis, he told me his favorite Australian film was Lake Mungo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it's I really like Max Landis, like his movies and stuff. But it's not surprising. I think that it's really down to earth with the way that it's done. Like, it's not American, it's Australian, so it's very understated, I think, compared to everything else that had come out. And
Do they
and
talk like
it's-
real Australians, or do they talk like us?
no, they talk like us.
Are they John Jarrett Australians,
No.
or are they real Australians?
No, they're like real Australians.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that it's more.
Chips
I don't
Rafferty.
know.
Yeah, yeah. Stone,
But,
flat, like they're all in the
The elf.
living in the Yabba. They're all in the first time in the Yabba.
I'm just looking at Paranormal Activity because I'm trying
Sam
to
with a
remember when it
Google box.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
magic-
2007. I was right. It was 2007. So yeah, you're right. Paranormal Activity came out the year before.
Sweet. I don't know why I said that like that.
That was like
It's just
But the twist, anyway, the twist,
yeah.
the twist in Lake Mungo is really good too. It's not
yeah,
really
right.
what you're expecting, but
Hmm.
anyway.
The butler did it.
Bunyip.
The bunyip. That's right. I forgot it's Australian. So it's the bunyip
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, very Jasper Jonesy.
Yeah.
All right, it's your turn.
Ooh.
And Lake Mungo's a hard one to talk about without spoilers.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I can't do that one
Why?
because we talked about it not too long ago on the show.
Oh,
It was toys.
it's toy. Oh, I'd love to talk about that.
Ooh, a classic.
Outbreak?
Outbreak. The monkey movie to end all monkey movies.
This is
I don't think I
this
know
is the
this
prequel to
one.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
The
And
prequel.
Before Patrick Dempsey was McDreamy, he
He's
was
sweaty and
he was yeah Mc bleeding out of his eyes.
That's right. He was he'd come out of the Loverboy phase.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite into the
Oh.
Bridget Jones 3 phase.
He was unemployable almost at that time, and he was just getting bit parts in Dustin Hoffman movies. Of
You
all
just
things.
looked it up, didn't you?
Yeah, because I think I have seen it, but there's actually a lot of people in it.
I remember
Sandra
watching it going,
Bullock.
it's a Wolfgang Peterson film, and I remember watching it thinking, this is like a fun thriller. And
Yeah.
now we've been through a pandemic. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really is.
but you kind of think Like you watch that and you're like, they couldn't have just closed down the Wuhan market. Really?
They quarantined a whole town in that,
Yeah.
like permanent quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Yeah, Rene Russo, Dustin Hoffman.
Kevin Spacey, Morgan Freeman, that guy who plays a general in every military movie, who's like the second fiddle working under Donald Sutherland that he gives shit to all the time.
I don't know who you mean, but
He's like a white. He's got like a white mustache and he's white haired. And at the end, when Morgan Freeman takes over and he gets him to
Dale
arrest,
Dye.
is that his
You
name?
talking about
I don't know
Dale
what his name
Dye?
is.
He's
Yeah,
in
like
like everything.
He's in literally
Yeah.
every movie where they need
He's Band of Brothers.
a military. Yeah, he's the commanding the general in Band of Brothers
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
colonel or whatever he is.
because he's a real life Marine.
He actually
is,
that's
yeah.
right, I know
Yeah.
the guy. They use him. He's like worked on everything that has military in a movie. He's been behind the scenes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's
Training.
always the advisor. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he's in those movies. Okay.
I love my favorite is the guy in The Hunt. And they've got the military advisor in the actual hunt, and he's just it's just Coast Guard when it all is said and done. But who else? What's his name? The Show Me the Money.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Cuba.
And Wolfgang Peterson, the director, he doesn't really make movies anymore. Last one he did was Poseidon, I think. And
Huh?
he's the
Yeah,
guy that made
right.
Never Ending Story and Enemy Mine and In the Line of Fire.
Where's the mine? It's my favorite enemy mine story. Where's the mine? No, there's no. It's,
I need to do a montage of clips of every time Ben has used
I
that.
don't know who do that bit. Where's the mine?
I like Citizen Kane from The Simpsons, where it says there wasn't a cane in Citizen
Yeah.
Kane.
Where's the cane?
All right, we've got time for one more round, I think.
Cool.
Toys? No.
Okay, so that says Creep,
Creep.
but the one
Yes.
I'm thinking of is probably not the one you're thinking of. I'm
Probably
thinking of the
not.
one with the chick from Run Lola Run, Franca
Potenti.
Potenti. It's the one where she's stuck in the subway.
I've never seen it. I was thinking of
2004?
Yeah.
the TLC song. And so I creep. Yeah.
Christopher Smith.
Christopher Smith, great director. Look him up.
Cursed by a generic name.
And yet we know who he is.
I don't know who
You
he
say
is.
Christopher Smith, I know who he is. But I think Creep is one of those movies that was one of the best horror films of that year. And it kind of
I've
just,
never even heard of it.
yeah, she's trapped in, like, she falls asleep in a subway, like waiting for a train or whatever.
Legit?
And the subway closes at night.
Right.
And she's locked inside and she can't get out. But it also happens in one of the subway sort of tunnels. There's mad experiments going on. And someone discovers she's in there, so they hunt her for the
Right.
experiments. And there's a really nasty scene where she walks, like she's trying to escape, but she walks into a room where they're doing an experiment, and there's a lady just getting like completely violated with a knife about this big.
Jesus
Ugh.
Christ.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's horrific, but the film is something else.
Wow.
It's in my horror section.
Oh, it's
in the
outside, you're
other
right. I was
room.
It
looking
says
for it
here
on
that
the-
it's in London, so
Yep,
it's
London
it's
Tube.
British.
Yep.
It's a British
you-
film.
And she's a German actress. She doesn't really talk much in it because it's sort of she's by herself, you know.
Mm.
I'll just show Ben the poster for it.
But she was in Born Identity, and she was
Yep.
in The Warrior and the Princess,
Anatomy,
and Anatomy. Yes, that's right.
that one.
Yeah, right. It looks exactly like the poster for Midnight,
Midnight
Meat
Meat
Train.
Train. This
Yeah,
came first.
that's
This
what I
came
was
first.
thinking.
Yeah, no, this came first. They make a great double.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, there's not much to talk about with that if you guys haven't seen it. So
With an
Nah,
interlude
that seems cool. I want to see it.
of what's her name singing,
Yeah.
of Vinnie Jones singing in between.
both of my picks, neither of you have seen.
No.
Sam, go for it.
Okay. Oh, I lost one. Oh, you guys have probably seen this one. The Great Wall.
Oh, I avoided that like the plague.
I did see the Great Wall.
Like the
but,
rabbit plague, which is what the wall was built for, right? To
Yeah.
keep the rabbits down.
The rabbits.
The rabbits. Keep the rabbits.
Emperor
out.
Nazi Goreng. Or the Emperor Glenn Ben Sam.
Yeah, Glenn Ben Sam.
Can
But
they
they-
play that ad now? I don't know.
I wish they would. I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
I have to go back and watch the Great Wall because I saw it at IMAX,
Mm.
but they played a print without the subtitles.
Oh god. And IMAX.
for the Chinese parts, and you kind of like
Oh.
at first we were just like, well, the main characters don't understand it, so we're not supposed
Yeah.
to. But then the dialogue goes on for a while. And you're like, "Mm,
You start to
something's
question
happening."
it.
I mean,
yeah.
luckily the plot wasn't that complicated.
No,
I hate it when that
no.
happens. That's a film I think I read fairly recently that Matt Damon regrets making.
Well, I
Oh,
th-
really?
That's odd because he gets a lot of love on Twitter for his man bun.
Does
Like, I think Matt Damon's man bun has its own Twitter
it have
account.
chopsticks in it?
Yeah, that's what keeps it tight.
Ah.
Why did he regret it? Do you know?
Well, you know how there's a lot of controversy about the what do you call it, whitewashing
Yeah.
and all that, which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me. One, it's a fantasy film, right? So it's like
Yeah.
dragons and shit or whatever.
And
And
He's
they
a
wanted
white
him.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they wanted him in it. They asked him
know.
to be in it,
I
and it's
know,
a
but
Chinese film.
I
so.
think more how bad he considers it to be is
Yeah.
the reason he doesn't.
But you have to understand that woke white liberals don't care what the people who want stuff want. They only care what they think is right.
Mm.
Ugh.
So regardless of whether, the Chinese government hired him, they're like, that's not good enough for us.
Yeah.
But
'Cause there was Pedro Pascal in it as well, and he was
yeah,
his like offsider.
he was his buddy.
Yeah, he was really good in it too.
And
Actually.
what's his name is in it? And it's the first time in a long time where what's his name? William Dafoe. Where I've seen William Dafoe and you're like, he really is a
Oh,
small
yeah.
man. Like he's so menacing in stuff. And then you go
Yeah.
up against other humans, he's tiny.
Who directed this one? This has got a known director?
I'll have a look.
I
Can't
kind of feel like
remember.
it
Lee.
did.
But it is a weird one. It's another one of these two, and it's one of these horror movies. Or I guess technically, I think this counts as a horror movie.
It's like a fantasy.
Fantasy
Yeah.
action,
Dark fantasy.
But there's hellspawn monsters in it.
Yep.
It's very
Yeah,
much like
yeah.
like the same like the creatures in Godzilla and
Yep.
stuff that come out of the
Yeah.
thing. But it's once again, it's a hive mind situation where
Yep.
there's a queen and you kill the queen and all the millions of drones automatically die.
Yeah.
It's one of those. So it's like a nice, easy way out because otherwise, like from the first kind of hour or so of the movie, you're like, there's no way. Humanity is doomed. There's
It's
no
true,
way.
yeah.
It's a Game of Thrones ending type scenario.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
get for one day.
It's
So
kind of
who directed
it's it was Yimu
Pronounce this correctly.
no I can't.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, is it Yimu Zhang? I'm not sure how to say it in like a Chinese
it? Oh, go
kind
on.
of accent. I did. Yimu.
Yimuzang. Is it
Zhang.
Yimou?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Huh. It's 4 years of that's 4 years of Chinese in high school, right there.
It might be Yimao or Yima.
You've got
I'm
the young
sorry.
mama.
I apologize.
You can jump on Google pronunciation and
See
get
how
him
they
to
go.
press the play, and you're like, "What? I didn't understand that."
Yeah,
That's
Jared
not a
and I
word?"
tried to do that with Dale Metcalf or whatever his name is. You know, the guy from
Metcalf.
from Pet Cemetery, and it said Dale Metcalf.
Medicif.
Dale Metcalf.
Medicif.
Yeah.
He makes
Yeah, I don't
Western
think
romance
that-
movies with Katherine Heigl.
Anyway, go
You're
ahead.
both like looking at me when you said that. I was like,
What were you gonna say?
Well, it would have been
Um,
really weird if I just stared into Glenn's
Yeah.
eyes. He makes romantic movies with Katherine Heigl.
I know.
There's a whole series of them.
We're
um,
multicam. I even think over the shoulder points of view.
I can't recognize any other films that he's done.
That's all
So-
right. Cool. Well, Ben, it's your turn. Make that last one.
I think you meant to show it at the end of that, like.
Yeah.
doo-doo.
Da-da. It's like now it's the one energy ad. It's Willard.
Willard.
Willard. Willard.
I would have written that with
Willard.
the remake, Crispin Glover remake in my mind.
Not the original.
I love that too.
Bruce Davidson, is it?
Yep.
Or is he just Ben? No, he's Willard.
Have you seen Willard?
No.
It's a film about a boy who's raised by rats,
I was
pretty
going to
much.
say it's about mice and the men who love them.
Oh,
And-
Crispin Glover. So that's the remake, you're saying?
The video just died.
Oh, really?
Yep. Change the battery pack. It
Yeah, we'll
says.
change the battery pack real quick, okay?
Okay.
The day the music died. And they were singing bye bye, Miss American bye. Drove my Chevy through the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking. Just as well, nothing's recording. Oh no, the Zoom's still recording. Oh no!
It is.
What have I
Still
done?
recording.
What have I done?
Technical snafu. There we are. We've lost the camera battery, but that's a first time for everything. But we're talking about Willard. In that, you know what I can do in that gap, don't you?
Oh, no.
Willard, Crispin Glover plays a guy that can control these rats, and
Yes.
With
he's-
his brain nuggets.
he's a loner, and I don't remember if the story is parallel with the original or if it's kind of a bit more focused. Like, because he's only in an office block, isn't he, with the remake? Like, his office workers are the ones he
Yeah.
takes out. I can't remember if that's how the original went.
I can't remember the original. I can't remember Ben either.
Yeah, the original had a sequel called Ben, and that's what Michael Jackson's song was
The song
written
was-
about.
He was a
Oh,
big fan
really?
of Ben.
Actually, no, the movie was
Yeah.
made after the Ben Michael Jackson song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it a different person?
Actually,
I think he was.
he
Wasn't
had a
was-
pet rat named Ben,
Ben. Yeah,
and he wrote the
Oh.
title song for the film.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
because he was a big movie fan, Michael Jackson.
he was.
Love
he,
the movies.
He loved American Werewolf in London, and that's what inspired Thriller.
Thriller, right?
Mm.
Hence why John Landis directed that.
Yeah, right. That's how he got the gig.
Yeah. There's that famous documentary about the making of Thriller when John Landis says, I got a phone call, and he goes, it's Michael Jackson. He's like, the little Michael Jackson from the Jackson 5? And he said it with an American accent.
It always reminds me when people do that. I don't know if this story deserves to be on air, but at Alternate Worlds, where I used to work at Alternate Worlds, a friend of mine, Anthony, got hired before me. And when he was introduced to all the other staff members, there was this guy who used to work. He only worked one day a week. He did the shipment. And when Wayne, the manager, introduced him, he said, Anthony, this is John Kunst. And Anthony, without missing a beat, just went, oh, hi, I'm Anthony Pussypart. And of course, it went down like a lead balloon because that was his real name. Anthony thought they were just joking.
Oh no.
Such a good bit.
Tell me that guy hasn't had that before.
Anthony Pussyparts. It was such a good comeback.
It's not even a comeback.
No, like it's just a good response.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed.
So Willard.
Willard, I highly recommend it. It's directed by Glenn Morgan, I think, and James Wong. The guys that did the first Final Destination, and they also did Black Christmas and started on the X-Files.
Oh.
You've got the Google box. Have I got the names
I do.
right?
Yeah. It
I'm
just
only
says
re-
Glenn Morgan on here.
I'm only familiar with the work of Val Morgan.
Do you know Val Morgan?
Were you a
No.
no? You weren't
Wasn't a patron of the
a
cinemas.
patron of Hoyt's during the 90s, whereas all cinema advertising was done by Val Morgan.
Yes, Val Morgan, cinema
okay.
advertising.
And no one ever knew who Val Morgan was. I always thought Val Morgan was a woman, but I actually think Val Morgan was a man.
Yeah,
But it was always this
because
thing.
if it was a woman, it'd be an old lady with a floral dress.
Yeah.
You know?
You
Friend
mean
of your
like
mum's
the
kinda-
voice? He did
No.
the voice?
No.
Ah.
No. That
We're
would have
just
been
being old men right now.
so old.
No, Val Morgan was a company that
Google
played
it.
played all the commercials, like, you know, your car dealerships or your fucking
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, if you wanted to, they had an exclusive deal with I think Hoyt's at the time, although they seem to be in Village now.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to advertise before a movie, you had to contact Val Morgan, and they would charge you an
Oh,
arm and
okay.
a leg to create the ad for you. And
And you know, when you go
Right.
to the cinemas a lot, the ads and stuff before the movie just gets ingrained in your psyche. It's like Val Morgan was always, you
was
know,
always the
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like that weird Asian restaurant at Hoyts in the City. They always advertise at Hoyts in the City, and you're like, is this in the centre?
Or the eye clinic in Croydon.
Yeah. The local ads.
Yeah, I love the local ads. We should put a Good Movie Monday ad on like
Yeah.
the churn side or giving away our geolocation right now. But
Do it at the Croydon Cinema. Yeah, the twin, the
That'd be
Croydon
great.
twin,
That'd
or
be
the
great.
Baronia twin.
we could just put one of our like TikTok videos up.
Yeah. Hello, Val. I'm just looking.
Sam, it's been fun. Thanks for another week. We'll have you on the show
Yeah.
next week.
Yes.
We're going to
Looking
talk
forward
about
to it.
live action Disney films.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah,
The
Ben's
good
not going to
ones,
be here.
hopefully.
It's just you and I.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's all right.
See?
I'm still watching Leftovers. I don't care if I'm not going to be on the show.
No, Ben's going to be there if we're
Oh.
talking. All right.
Depends how much of me singing he leaves in the video.
All right. See you later, everybody. Catch you next week.